Hello, YouTube and Universe. So welcome to Skystorm Productions. I'm your host, Morro, and today we'll be taking a look at the reveals from MCM Comic. But before we begin, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification so you don't miss another video like this. Because maybe a small clip for you guys, but it's a big help for me and the channel. Thank you, and without further ado, let's begin. Now, for our first reveal, we'll be talking about the newest Timeline 2-pack. And if I'm being honest, this is okay to me. Now, I like the first one that came out during Comic-Con, and I know I didn't make a video on it. I was busy with most of my classes and working on props for my stop-motion series, so I'm sorry about that, but I'll give my opinions of them right now. I like the Optimus. The Starscream is okay to me. I like the idea of Optimus turning into a bull and Starscream turning into a kind of bird, but yeah, I feel like it could have been better, especially the Starscream because it looks like it's using the Air Razor mold. But anyway, let's get on to these new ones with Megatron and Bumblebee. Starting off with the box art, it looks amazing. I love how it's inspired by Japanese art, and it looks like it could be found in a museum. It's just amazing. And I also like the gold that they use for it. It's very distinct with the background as well. Yeah, it just looks really cool. I also like the whole forest aesthetic. But anyway, let's actually get on to the characters. Starting off, we have Bumblebee. And he looks pretty cool. Going for a shinobi look. Well, I'm not too like a certain type of shinobi. I don't know what it's called. But hey, if you guys know, let me know in the comments. And I'd say it looks really good. I see some people not really liking the design, but I personally do. Like for robot mode, at least. I like how it looks. It looks like it has pretty good articulation. It both has wrist swivel, and it seems to have ankle tilt as well. So it has the modern standards, which I absolutely love. I also like the little detailing of his wings just being silver underneath it. And I also like the weapons. It looks like two kunais, and yeah, pretty cool. And here's another image of it in hand. And for his face sculpt, it seems he just has a smirk, and he has a headband on. So he's going full shinobi. I want to be ninja. Sorry. I saw the reference and I took it. I'm sorry. But anyway, change it to his beast mode. He turns into a flying squirrel, and this is the weaker of the two. Now, I get the reason it looks weak is because it's on all fours, and I believe it's supposed to be, like, in flight. But, yeah, that don't look too good. Though I like the little head sculpt. It looks pretty cute. But how everything just folds up at capacity doesn't look that good from this angle. But from this side angle, it looks a little better. Though, I personally don't see the appeal of the alt mode. Though, I do think with how it's, like, how the transformation and stuff works, we could possibly get a dark screen retool out of this. Just change it out a little bit, like make the hands for the beast mode longer and just add some transmel to like details. And yeah, we'll get a new dark stream out of this. Well, that's how I see it because it seems to be it could be a possibility. I'm not going to say seems because we don't know for certain. But I would love to get a new dark stream to go alongside my Skybite and my Omega Prime HasLab. But all in all, I think the Bumblebee looks pretty cool. Moving on to the Megatron, I say this is the de facto one. Like, this is the best one out of the two. And I will not complain about this because this just looks amazing. Now, when I saw Optimus gonna be a bull, I was like, oh, what's Megatron gonna be then? Because, recently he was a bull on Cyber World. So I was like, I wonder what he still turned to. And him as a bull did not cross my mind, but it absolutely works. Like, look at this thing. It just looks like how I would imagine Megatron to look like if he was a Japanese warlord. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I like the little stomach part. It looks like it has a belly button, which is pretty cool. But I could see that being a navel laser, which, like Aoyama has in My Hero Academia. That would be really cool to go alongside Fusion Can. And I like how everything just looks clean. Yeah, with the spikes on it, it just makes it look rough and tough. I also like how the boar head splits in two and goes on both sides of his shoulders, giving him shoulder pads, which broads out how menacing he looks. And look at that head sculpt. He looks like an absolute beast, which is amazing. And I like the little, no, that's just the model number. I thought that was a gold line for a second. But yeah, I like the little horns that he has on there, and I like that he has the Oni teeth. Really cool attention to detail for that. And oh no, the robot mode looks great. And the boar mode, not half bad. It actually looks pretty good. Though, one thing, it could use some work in the back, like give it a tail or something. But other than that, I can't really complain about the beast mode. And here's food for thought. What if they actually managed to retool this into either Razorback or Randy from Beast Wars Neo? Because I would love to get a Razorback. He was a cool character in the IDW Beast War comics. Not the 2019 one. I mean, like the one that came up with Ascension. That version of Razorback. He was an amazing character, and I kind of like that he was basically the main character, a spy that watched over Megatron. Really cool. But anyway, that's it for that 2-pack. Honestly, I might get it just for the Megatron alone, because it just looks amazing. Now, let's move on to the second thing, which is probably bigger for most people. That being the Commander Class Onslaught Gray models. And oh boy, this thing looks amazing. Just look at it. Now, starting off in robot mode, I just love how it looks. The proportions look great on it, and I cannot complain whatsoever. Though, from what it seems, he does not have any wrist swivel, which a little disappointing because this is a commander class, and with the commander class going up to almost $100 instead of being the $89.99 that it was before, I don't know how to feel about that, but it looks so good. I can't complain about it at all. Now here's the thing. My favorite versions of the Combaticons are the Fall of Cybertron ones because it was cool to play as Bruticus in Fall of Cybertron. But the G1 versions also have a place in my heart based off of their character designs, and I love their origin story. So I'm going to try to get this because I already have Vortex, and I already put my Blast Off and Brawl for pre-order. So I might as well complete this set by getting Onslaught, though that's going to take a little bit. Also, here is Onslaught compared to a Commander Class Optimus and Studio Series 86 Soundwave. Pretty tall, though I wish he was a little bit bigger, but yeah. And here he is next to the other Combaticons. And might I say, they scale good to one another. I just wish they put Vortex up in the mix and it would have been perfect for a picture. Now we just have to wait for Swindle and we'll be all right. Now let's talk about his vehicle mode as well. They used a blue model for this one, and I'd say it looks pretty nice. I like how big it looks, and Onslaught turns into the front cab of it while the other side turns into the back side, which we shall already assume based off of Menasor, Superion, and Devastator. But I'm okay with it. Honestly, as long as the figures feel good to me, I don't care. As long as everything is sturdy. And as I said in the past, I love the frame combiners. They allow it to actually be sturdy, and the actual individual figures can be good as well. So I'm not going to complain about that. Man, the trailer looks pretty good, and of course it can split off, turning into two separate parts, which, okay, I'm okay with that. And you can also fit the Combaticons on top of the trailer, so he could be transporting them, which is a cool little detail. And of course, with it being the trailer part, you can actually have a base mode for it, where it turns into a turret, which, oh, that's actually pretty cool to me. And plus, you could put the Combaticons on it like you could do in vehicle mode, and you can have, well, more specifically, Brawl on there, and you can have him being a part of the turret, just amping up the firepower. And of course, Onslaught can go on behind and target it, which is actually pretty cool. But now I just want to see what the Bruticus is going to look like, because that will make or break it, depending on how people will get it. But that's really cool, and I can't complain. And other than that, that's really it when it comes to the reveals. I hope you all enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments, how do you guys feel about them? Are you excited, or are you a little disappointed? Let me know. And if that's everything, that's a wrap. Fade to black.